Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jules. Welcome to my channel. If you're new and if you're returning, welcome back. I have lost over 50 pounds. I've put on muscle. I've gotten so much stronger, and I am here to share with you some of the things that have worked for me. And you might be wondering, well, what are some of the exercises that I can do that are going to really move the needle? I'm going to give you the top 5 favorite exercises that I love to do that are easy. They're pretty simple. You could do them at home. You could do them in the gym. And these are going to be the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to building muscle and strength. All right, a little background on myself. I have been a competitive gymnast since I was young. I competed again as an adult. I was a former NASM personal trainer and also coached team gymnastics. So I have a little bit of experience in terms of designing programs. I design my own programs for weightlifting. I'm always learning more about things, testing things out on myself, see what works and that type of thing. So here are the following 5 exercises that you can do whether you're a beginner or you're advanced. So the first one are squats. Now, if you're a beginner, I would say just do body squats. Do the least amount will get you the biggest results. So if you're a beginner, just doing body weight squats is probably going to be sufficient. Now, if you're more advanced, then you're going to need to add weight in order to stimulate the muscle for growth. If you're just doing squats and you're just banging out like 100 of them and you're like, yeah, whatever, this doesn't really feel anything, you're probably not really doing too much. So you have to push the muscle. You got to send a signal to say to that muscle, you need to grow. And then of course you need to back it up with enough protein, because protein is the building block that's going to make it grow. So start with some squats. You can do dumbbell squats, you can do barbell squats, you could do body weight squats, you can use bands. There's so many different types of things. But if you want to be basic, use dumbbells. Start light if you're a beginner, or start with body weight, and then gradually build yourself up. I think the easiest thing to do is to start with 2 to 3 sets. Somewhere in that 10 to 15 rep range is sufficient. And then you move on to the next exercise. One of the biggest areas that I see people make mistakes on with squats are when the knees come in. So you want to make sure your knees are pushed out. And if you're rounding your back, don't do that. You want to have like a nice straight back and keep your knees out. Second exercise, deadlifts. Love deadlifts, especially for the ladies that are looking to develop their glutes. This is fantastic. It is one of my favorite exercises. I love to engage my hamstrings and my glutes. Again, the squats and the deadlifts, these are compound movements. So you're using other things in your body, other muscles, especially if you're using dumbbells, you're using your grip strength, your arms are engaged a little bit. But the muscles that are being engaged for the deadlift are your glutes and your hamstrings. Biggest area where people make some errors, technical errors, again, rounding the back. You don't want to be doing that. So make sure that your form is good, you're engaging the right muscle, your mind is focused on the muscle as well. That will help. And again, if you're a beginner, do that 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 rep range, and you'll be good to go. The third exercise that I love to do are rows. And rows, you can transition yourself into pull-ups and other things, but it engages the same muscle. That is for your back. Again, you could use a barbell, you could use bands, you could use dumbbells, and you want to, again, make sure that your technical form is there. It's a fantastic exercise for your back. One of the areas that people make mistakes is that they don't really engage their back muscles, they engage their arm muscles. So again, if you focus your mind on your back then that will help you to feel those muscles. Sometimes I like to close my eyes as well to really focus on that, so I'm not looking anywhere. That's another little tip, as long as you don't fall over. Because I use, you can be standing and doing those. There's all varieties of ways of doing a row, but those are great for your back. The next exercise is some sort of a press, or a push-up, or a chest press. You could use, again, dumbbells, barbell. If you want to just do push-ups, I'll do a whole variety of different things. One of the more common mistakes when doing a chest press or a push-up is when you flare your elbows out. You don't want to be doing that. You want to keep them in, and you don't want to be hunched up like this either. And with push-ups, there's another common error that I see, and that's when people like drop their head. They just drop their heads down. And so you want to try to keep it in alignment, like a straight line. Pretend you have a ruler on your back in your head, and you have to keep it up. If you drop your head, that ruler is going to fall off. And then the almost last exercise with a bonus is the overhead shoulder press. This is a great movement because this is also a movement where you're going to need this for everyday life. If you are putting a suitcase up in an airplane, you're going to need that strength to do that. So it's very functional. Again, you could use bands, you could use a barbell, you could use dumbbells. All these things can be done at home. They can be done in a gym. And if you do it in front of a mirror at home, you'll be able to kind of watch your own form. One of the most common mistakes in the overhead press is using too much weight. That is something that I see a lot of, an arching of the back. So you don't want your back arched because you're going to then get pain in your lower back. You want to make sure that the weight is appropriate, and people generally will arch their backs if the weight is too much. You're better off starting on a lighter weight and working your way up, and then starting too heavy and not being able to lift it, or if that's throwing your form off. Form is number one. Technique, form, number one. You can progress on the weights as your technique gets better. Then the last thing as a bonus, I actually love to do as well, is throw in some core workout. Because as your core gets stronger, all of the other movements you're doing, they also get easier to do. So I would throw in some dead bugs, some scissors, some crunches, some planks, and some side planks as well. Just do like 1 or 2 sets of each, 10, 15, and that's it. You're good to go. As you progress and as you get better and you need more because you're not really maybe feeling that, you can add weight to that as well. But in the beginning, just do body weight, and that will be totally sufficient. You can completely transform your body in just these 5 movements. You could do them all in one day. So if you're a beginner, you could do 2 or 3 sessions a week. Do 1 to 2 sets of each of these. You're good to go. If you're more advanced, you may want to add days, split the body parts up, so that maybe you're doing, Monday is chest and back, Tuesday is leg, and then you're taking a rest day on the next day, and then you're kind of starting over again. So I hope you found this to be helpful. These are the core exercises that I do in my workout, which I do work out exclusively at home, and I absolutely love it. They have been a game changer in terms of getting stronger and helping me to maintain my current weight as well. Please definitely give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment. What exercises have you done? What are you looking to do? Home workouts, gym workouts. Subscribe as well so you get notified as soon as a new video gets released. And I will see you in my next video. Stay strong.